Now, I think I have said on this channel before that I don't buy duplicates, which is true. I never usually buy duplicates, so this is kind of a weird instance for me. Well, by duplicates, I don't mean like duplicates of the same figure. I mean of the same character. And if you go to my channel, you'll see I have, reviewed the Secret Wars Wolverine. And the reason I don't get duplicates is I don't necessarily see the point in it. That's always just been my, opinion, it's the same character, just get the character design that you like, or the figure that you might like, and then, I don't need more than one. Now, that kind of changes depending, if it's a character's different outfit, then, yeah, I'll do that. But to me, the yellow suit and the brown suit, I prefer the brown suit. I don't think that's controversial at all, but I've always preferred the brown suit. And that was just kind of that. I just wanted to get the brown suit, but something was missing from this figure. Like I said, something was just missing from the Secret Wars Wolverine. I don't know if it was the color or the figure itself, but something was just missing. Now, I'll let it be known that this isn't a bad figure at all. Whoa, getting close to the camera there. This isn't a bad figure at all. I actually still do like the figure. It was just something was missing for me. And maybe it was the color, like I said, or something. Something about this figure was missing for me. Which is why when I went to my local store, saw this for a good price, I was like, I don't know if I could pass that up. And do I regret getting this figure? No, not necessarily. Though now I do kind of realize, yeah, I don't need it, because I already had the brown suit. And this figure has a few problems. If you look, his arm hair isn't painted. It's quite odd. I could obviously just paint that myself, but, it looks like he's got, scars and stuff. It's kind of odd, though. And something that I don't like is the fact that his masked head doesn't have a lot of facial hair on it. Now, apparently that seems accurate, because I was looking at the box and, the way the facial hair was designed. Sorry, I gotta set up my camera. That looks accurate enough. But, enough, background. How do I feel about the figure itself? It's pretty cool. Like I said, I do kind of regret it a little bit because I don't need it. It's always that kind of thing, I don't need it. But, hey, I still want to review it and still talk about it. So it has the same articulation as the brown suit because I do think it is the same mold. So I don't know how much I'll go in depth. I'll try to go in depth, because it's its own video. Let me zoom out a little bit. It's its own video, and I don't want to, for people who haven't seen, the brown suit, I don't want to make them, go watch that to just see the articulation. The articulation on this figure is pretty good. I really like it. I'm scared about the claws, because these are the only claws that I've gotten from a Wolverine figure recently that weren't all bent and weird. So I don't want to do that to this figure. As you can see, I think it's quite obvious it's the same mold, just, big differences. One of the big differences is being the shoulder pads, which is very synonymous with this design. And something that I didn't really realize until I got out of the box was messing with it, that the shoulder pads aren't connected to the shoulder, it's connected to the arms themselves. As you can see, there's a little, pin going through. I don't know if you can actually see that. But as you can see, there's a little pin going through, which I think is smart because the thing about figures with shoulder pads is I never end up wanting to pose them, because when you do this, the shoulder pad gets bent and warped over time and now doesn't, fold down properly. But it being connected to the arm, you can move it however you want, keep it straight, keep it out. Come on, man. That's really cool. I really like that. Going over, I'm gonna change out the hands. I'm gonna go over the accessories first, just so I can change out the hands. You get the clawed hands, and you get fisted hands. That seems pretty normal for a Wolverine figure, to be honest. Not Wolverine figures, they don't get like super crazy accessories unless you're like I know. Whoops, sorry. I know that that one figure got the the picture like frame of Jean and stuff, which that I feel like a Wolverine getting multiple accessories like that's more rare than I think it is common. But okay, he does also. Sorry, I was almost going to start talking about the articulation, but I remember I was talking about the accessories. He does come with a unmasked head, which I think is better than the Secret Wars head, especially because the hair isn't like as pointed up; it's more out, and this looks more like Wolverine than I'm used to. The Wolverine that I'm used to. It also comes with something that I think is really cool. It's the hood for the cowl. So like if you take wow, I'm stuttering like crazy. So if you were to put the unmasked head on him, you would put this on first and simulate like he, took off the cowl. Of course, you don't need that. I like it because I love it when like superheroes have like that hood like mask. I'll put that on once I'm done with articulation. The articulation on this figure is really good. Head wise, he can look up like crazy. Like I don't know what you'd need Wolverine. Like I don't know what purpose you'd need a Wolverine to like look up that far, but he can look up that far. He can look down like crazy too. Like if you're sad, since it's a ball joint, you can get whatever you want. Yeah, of course they can go out. Like they can go around, out. And they're attached to a butterfly, which allows some really, really nice movement. And a little over 90 at the arms. And these wrists, they only go like in and out and, swivel. There is an arm swivel, obviously. Now, the waist, there's a, I didn't realize the stand was showing for the camera. He can go all the way around, and he has a really good, again, I don't know what you need all this for, but you can do that. And, he can go out to force. He can spread pretty good. And, he's got a thigh cut. And his knees can... It's kind of cool, like he's jumping. Yeah, but, like, that's about as much bend as he gets. And, the Marvel Legends boot cut, which is so cool. I love it. I love the Marvel Legends boot cut. He's got a rocker there. So he can get crazy, like ankle tilt. And, his feet can... to all that. Overall, the articulation is pretty good, It's the same as the brown suit, and I think it's been the same for Wolverine figures the past few years. I don't know if the past few years, but at least the past few figures, it's been the same mold. But as promised, I need to put that other head on him. Personally, I just really like, the way that looks, like with the hood and then I don't know. I've always really liked it when superheroes like kind of had this like look, because it just makes him feel more real. He's gonna fall over. He's standing in a very basic standing pose. This figure I paid $35 for. Obviously, that's not the base price, and it's a lot. It's kind of a lot, and I don't regret it. But I also gotta admit that I didn't need this figure. If you don't have a Wolverine, this will be probably one of the coolest ones you can get. Like it's got everything you might need from a Wolverine. But since I already had one, especially the same mold, in a color that I like more, it's like I didn't need it personally. I don't regret. Okay, well I regret it now. I say this is a good figure I think this is a really good figure. I just don't think personally I needed it.